Good morning to you. Welcome to this episode of Mrs. Dreamseed's Kernel. It's not daily or weekly at the moment. I've got a lot on my plate, but I did have something I wanted to share this morning. I want to make sure that something's up with my fan here. I want to make sure that I share this while it's on my mind. I think it's really important to remember and to understand, or just even to just recognize this concept of being in alignment and how the body and the spirit, we've got our mind and we've got this spiritual part of us, and we've got this physical body that's learning everything and doesn't know all the things yet. And my point is, the body is the baby. The spirit, I believe, is this ancient, eternal thing that, part of us. It's the real us, the higher self, that is more enlightened. It knows more than what these bodies know so far. I mean, my body has only been around for 38 years, so it doesn't know everything yet. And that, tapping into that spirit and just getting aligned with a higher source is so important. And if we can do that, and when I do that, and I want to pass this along, when I do that and recognize that my body's the baby, then I can treat my body like I love it that much and like a baby, and I need to teach it this new thing. And there's sometimes, when we have this conflict, when we're battling it out with ourselves, we know this is true, and yet our body believes this is true, and this thing keeps, this untrue thing keeps us going around in circles and being in turmoil, where if we let that go, that's the limiting belief, and we take on this higher truth that we feel is the truth, and yet we have a tendency to hold on to this other thing too, and that's what keeps us going in circles. It's what keeps us, those of us who suffer from anxiety, or those of us who are depressed, this is what happens. We're just really battling it out inside of ourselves with two beliefs. One is the higher one, and one is the thing that we are afraid to let go of because it doesn't feel safe. Because it seems to me that everything higher feels a little backwards, but it's not. And when we take that step, that scary step to do the next inspired thing, then good things happen for us. And we find that there's peace inside of us, even if circumstances around us don't go exactly like we thought they would. And that's where letting go of the blueprint is really important. Don't put your own mortal stipulations on things. I'm saying this is my experience. When I let go of what I think something should go like, if it goes how I want it to, then I don't feel so wrapped up and anxious, and even I don't plummet into a depression if I just let myself feel joyful about the next inspired step, and I go and I do it, even if it's scary. Because, I believe in doing one scary thing every day. One thing that's hard. One thing that I would normally never do because, if you do that, if when I do that, and I'm trying to say this in words that aren't threatening, I encourage you to do that, because it really does. It shakes up your life and turns everything right side up. And it feels weird at first, and then it's good. And you start standing stronger. There are some people that I work with that are having relationship things. Things that I've experienced personally and I understand very, very well. Those things when you get yourself aligned and you're living a higher truth, those relationships get really rocky. If they were rocky before, they get super rocky. And it's tough. And sometimes we hold on to things that, we want that relationship to look a certain way, instead of letting go of the blueprint and allowing for everything to just flow and shift, and the knees need to get scraped, and the other people in our life need to get used to the new truth that we're living, and that's okay. Let go of the cord. Take it right off of you and right off of them, and just allow everything to flow. And with that, we can really feel at peace. And that's what we're all looking for in the first place, isn't it? So use your mind, clean it up, erase the old, replace it with the new that you know is the higher truth. That sometimes is just a little harder to believe. But it doesn't have to be hard. We make it hard by trying to believe the two things at the same time. All right, I love you. I wish you great peace. And I leave that with you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.